pictures because she gets irritated. Whatever irritates Kym, I like to do.
Funny mamas.
So,
Two funny mamas. What's with the grip?
Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
It's Two Funny
I already stepped
Mamas.
up your intro.
Hey, it's Chris, and it's Two Funny Mamas. Surprise! Kym and Sherri have obligations that we'll jump into in just a second. I've somehow managed to get some extremely talented co-hosts in. I'm gonna let them tell themselves about you. Oh, I know Caroline. You know Caroline Ray. Let's have everybody get to know the co-host for today. Welcome to the show, ladies. How's it going?
Well, Chris, I would like to introduce, first of all, we're live from my kitchen, which feels like it's about 1980. Yeah, which I believe is the last time I cleaned it. And this is my beloved friend, Judine Somerville.
Hello, everybody. What's up? What's up?
And she's a very funny mama from
Bed-Stuy, Do or Die, Brooklyn, LG Projects.
And I met her 20 years ago when she was starring on Broadway in Hairspray, because Hairspray was the first show that happened after 9/11 where like the city sort of was like, had a place to express joy, and it was the most joyful production. I think I saw it 14 times. And then I would sneak in at intermission, and Judine was one of the dynamites.
She tried to get into the red dress, didn't work out, but I still love her just to say.
And I was obsessed with Matthew Morrison.
Who isn't obsessed with Matthew Morrison?
Obsessed.
Good person.
Yeah,
good
and
person.
so when I had a talk show, I had Hairspray Day, and these guys came on my show.
We were like in Disneyland for real. It was amazing. She treated us like royalty.
Excuse, I think the gate is closed. It's open.
Okay.
Live.
Okay,
TV.
we're live, and Mauricio
Who was
is
that?
painting. That's Mauricio. He's painting. I don't know why I have such. Is my shoulder that bad? Like, sorry, I'm staring at myself.
No, it isn't.
Chris, we love each other, but can you get on here, please?
You want me back on screen with you? Okay.
I do.
I like this.
I
There's
want you to
actually...
know yes.
No, I was going to say, I'm actually really excited you two are here. Google kept me busy, and I've got a new lock screen for my phone. Check out this picture of these two, everybody, with Judine and Caroline. This is my new favorite pick that I've had to Google
I don't
recently.
know that
Check
was
this out.
Pre-approved.
It was not. It's not on the rundown. It's not on anything. There's a photo of Caroline and Judine. I'm literally going to make it my lock screen photo if
Okay.
it
Could
can
we
make
see
it to the
please?
screen.
Is it the
Well,
shirt?
this is live. This is live, and this is what happens sometimes. So that one's canned. How are you all doing today?
What do you mean? You could find it?
Hey, look at my new favorite photo. Hey now.
Oh, my God.
Okay. That's your new favorite photo. You know what? We were at Best in Drag show, and I forgot to put on a shirt. Let's be honest. But you know what? It was beautiful gay men, and I was honoring them with my mature Barbie look.
And that was her reasoning for the whole look.
Yeah, and you look fantastic.
You two
went
look
with it.
beautiful.
That was when we were on the press line. Judine is a former Rockette.
At
No.
Radio City Music Hall, which is amazing, right?
Not like some missile band. She was she was a Radio City.
Kick, that's another show. Yes, that's the dynamite moment. Yes, Chris. You did your homework, honey. We love you. I want you on the team. Yes, honey. Yes.
It's really fun walking down the street with Judine. People stop her and talk to her. Literally, like I thought I had that. The people stop to me. Like my mother had it a million times. Like people come up to me, like they would say to her, like if she asked them, like, "Do you have the time?" and they'd be like, "I was adopted." Like they would just open their hearts and souls. And I have like the miniature version of that. But this lady here, everybody talks.
But
to
it's
her.
the hair too. You know what I mean? It's the look.
Do you feel
I
like
set
it?
it up.
Do you feel like it's
the
inviting?
energy, the vibe.
The energy and the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Caroline always reminds me of that. It's the energy and the vibe.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially in our kitchen where we do a lot of dancing.
Lots of TikToking over here.
Okay, so here's the other small world. All right, so this week, it is heartbreaking that we lost David A. Arnold, who was the kindest, funniest, most hilarious comedian, most hardworking, like a true good guy. And we were at his celebration of life this week. And I knew David through Kym, who was such a
We
great
have a
friend of
couple
his.
photos. Yeah. Beautiful
I know,
picture,
it
David.
was very beautiful. Very beautiful picture.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful celebration. And Judine was a Rockette with Julie, David's wife.
Yeah.
That's
We were
incredible.
Rockettes at different times. We weren't on the line at the same time, but once a Rockette, always a Rockette. Like that vibe and that, energy. But it was so great to see her and be able to be there for her and support. That is what it's all about.
I gotta say, the thing that came out, I mean, it was a star-studded event for people who are, paying tribute and honoring his life. And there was and Kym Whitley, although she is very busy filming, I believe, a secret project. Is that what we're going with, Chris?
Yeah, I can't ever remember who tells me what and what's for air and what's for not. So
she's got a really
filming.
big project, and it's so perfect for her, and it's going to be massive. And that is why her friends are standing in for her today. And Sherri, of course, is killing it on her talk show.
Yes.
She's doing such a great job. And we're going to talk about those two things, but also Judine, who is the most grateful person, who is like the attitude of gratitude, was on the Drew Barrymore show, which turned into a giant segment.
Check this out.
We're going to talk about.
Yeah, I want to know here's the question, and then we'll throw to the clip. Why does Drew Barrymore, and sit on this, really think about this, Judine, I need a great answer. Why does Drew Barrymore love you so much? Let's see this clip. Oh, we need some.
Sometimes when we are lost, we need Judine.
That
I call that celestial choreography at its best. Like the human spirit, when you meet a person and you understand without words, it's magical. That was one of those moments. And I didn't know what was going to happen that day. I just knew that being in the audience, I just wanted to see how it was all done, because she exudes such fabulous energy from the tube in my living room. And I thought, let me just go and see. Well, honey, she is everything and a bag of chips. Okay? She is authentic, real. She looks in your eyes, and it's just magic. It really is. And I think she realized that I was the real deal. And anybody that you ask will tell you what you saw on that show is me, including this one.
Oh no, she's the queen of gratitude. So what is your whole take on
question?
Judine is one of the few people who sends thank you notes.
We're gonna keep it. Speaking of keeping it real and keeping it live, log out, log back in. We're having a bit of an audio connection issue with you, but I bet if you log out and log back in, that'll fix it. And Caroline's gonna stay in a great mood.
Chemical, technical advice that you have chemical. That's how bad I am. I thought it was chemical. All right. So is this the end of the show? Because the odds of me getting this right are so small, Chris.
Oh, no, we're going to get it right.
You got it.
While we're away, I'd like you to talk about what you're looking for in a woman and do sort of an audio profile. And then I know, sadly, you're too old for Kym, but maybe there's someone else out there for you. And we'll be right back.
Caroline Ray, everybody, disconnect them and just leave me on. Oh, that's a whole lot of Chris. All right, so we're gonna read some comments. Audio's janky from Karen. Yes, we're getting this taken care of. Ms. Beaches says Kym did a great job hosting David's celebration of life. Kevin made me cry. It's so wild how that plays out. David was a big part of Kym's life, as you all know, as Kym obviously shared on this show, and was very obvious whenever David filled in as a co-host or even just in segments. The guy was the American dream personified. So to see that end abruptly was extremely sad, and it's just been amazing to see all of the wonderful people come up supporting his family, his kids, everybody, and show respect. Really, the guy put in, there's so many comics out there that put in 10, 20, 30 years of wonderful, wonderful work doing stand-up, and then they never get any sort of come up. David was on his way to that. One next Netflix special is a huge deal. He was on his second. You can check out both those on Netflix now too. So not easy to deal with, and it's wonderful that the community's kind of come together. You have Kym hosting with Chris Spencer, and then we're back. We've got Caroline and Judine. If you're just tuning in.
Here's the thing, though. As much as David was on his way, he had accomplished the most enormous amount of success.
1,000%.
He'd been a writer on so many sitcoms. He had been doing stand-up. He had been honing his craft. And I remember when he started, he's like, Caroline, you got to get on Instagram. And I'm like, I barely can use a computer. Okay. I mean, literally, we got computers the year I graduated from high school in 1840. I remember I took the buggy over to the store and I was like, can I get a ye old computer? But David, I mean, yes, we would have seen a lot more from him, but absolutely, like I've been watching clips of his specials. He
Accomplished.
He had made it. He had made it. It's just, it was just, Kevin Hart spoke so beautifully about him.
Fabulously.
And
That's the
Kim
first time I've ever
Fields
seen
had
him
such,
serious.
I know, Kim Fields honored him. And he just affected so many people. Gina Yashere, they were comics together. He just, he's got these two beautiful girls, and he has Julie, and
I love
it's a tragedy because it's so soon, that's all. But he did have an enormous amount of success.
Yeah, and I also really loved how Will Packer brought it to the fold and brought it all together, that Julie was just just as much a part of his success as he was climbing and doing what he needed to do. Julie was right there.
Oh, yeah.
And that was really fantastic, because behind amazing men, there are amazing women, right? And, you can do your work and everything, but when you come home and you have a fabulous, wonderful life with your wife and your children, that is what it's really all about. So I was glad that Will Packer pulled that in to let everyone know that, yes, it was David, but David had help as his Julie being a wonderful wife and mother to those two little girls.
And
young ladies.
I would like to confess that I slid into Will Packer's DMs because
boom.
I just wanted to say what a beautiful job he did honoring his friend. And he talked about God, and he talked about Julie and family, and he was absolutely hilarious. And he was up there with some incredible stand-up comedians honoring David in the most hilarious way. And honestly, he was so pure and funny and real. It was a love fest. And his mother Barbara was there, and David is the image of her.
Oh, totally.
And she broke my heart. She said she's just pretending he's still on the road.
Yeah, I'm totally.
Because when somebody dies, there's so much. It's like the planning and all these things that are keeping you busy, and then you have to really always keep everybody still. We're gonna go over and see Julie.
Oh, totally.
And what are we gonna bring her?
We're gonna bring her probably some I don't know, peach cobbler. I'm thinking.
That's nice.
Some
Pie.
big salads and pie.
Yeah.
And some protein too. Some protein, some steak, salmon.
Sorry, I'm obsessing over my
food.
Comfort. You know what? There's a great thing in a rabbi told me this story that one day, I can't remember the story. It's I don't know where it is in the Bible, so please don't. I'm not good at remembering things.
We won't quote you, and we'll just.
But it basically tells the story about this man is bringing his child to be healed, and the child isn't healed, and the man is devastated, and he's walking down the street, and this other man runs after him, and he says, "Can you save my son?" And he said, "I cannot save your son, but I will sit and cry with you, and empathize with you, and feel your pain."
Right.
Which is what that's what you have to do with people after they lose someone. You have to continue to be there during the grieving process.
Especially later down the line. That is super important. Like right now, everybody's there. And then when people start to leave, there's this emptiness that comes over you. And you just pray that people come in and they're there. It's as if you're walking down the street and people just come in.
Right.
That celestial choreography, to be there to say what needs to be said, and that your heart is just comforted. It's devastating. Just devastating.
And Sherri and Kym, I mean, this is like a major heart loss for them.
Yeah,
I mean,
they know him very well.
All right, so but David would be very proud of Sherri right now because she's killing it. Did you see Niecy Nash? Did you see her in her entrance? It was hilarious.
Yes, honey. And did she pop out of a cake?
Yes, she was fantastic. And Sherri, I think you look absolutely gorgeous on the show.
I do too, Sherri. And I want to dance with you on the show, girl.
Yeah, an actual showgirl is going to show you how to dance. I had to belly dance when I was on your show. I believe there were complaints about even me attempting to move.
We can just dance together, honey. We could just dance together like we're in the club,
Okay, wait. Going back to Drew Barrymore. Okay, so Judine sends thank you notes. Chris, do you send thank you notes?
They're great when I remember to. I don't remember to enough. I need to.
When was the last time you sent a thank you note, and what's the best thank you note you ever got?
Oh, wow. The last time I sent was probably a couple weeks ago for some people inviting me over to like an event, like a party. Like, hey, thanks. It was a great time. You all are doing some great things. And the best thank you note, probably, wow.
Was it sexual?
Yes, it was. It was, and it was between,
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
That's a great song.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right,
Thanks,
you're going to
Jeff.
kill me, Caroline. Let's try and
What's the
log out.
best song? Thank you.
I'm going to think about it. You guys are going to log out and log back in? Your video is
Oh
off.
my God. I feel like you're breaking up with me and we're not even dating.
Not yet. I saw that photo.
Too young for
Lord.
me,
Oh,
too old
Lord.
for Kym.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
Log out, log back in. All right, disconnect them. We'll keep this party going. So if you're watching, we've got Caroline Ray and Judine Somerville. Cheryl Morrow says the real TFM fans are still here in the chat. Don't even comment on the people who left the chat. If people don't want to tune in, I totally get it. You're here to watch Sherri and Kym. That's fine. That's a very small portion of you. A lot of you voted and said you wanted Caroline Ray to fill in because we warned you that with Sherri doing the show and then Kym having the schedule that she does, sometimes that happens. So we do appreciate everybody tuning in, and Caroline and Judine are going to bring the heat today on the show. Layla says Chris's hair is getting long. It is. It's out of control. I told Kym a few weeks ago, this is my journey now. Has nothing to do with her. I really don't know what I'm doing with it, but if you have any suggestions, I like a short mullet. That's kind of where I'm thinking I'm going to head with it, but maybe I'll take some suggestions. Alicia is here in the chat. DG's in the chat. Makila John, all these folks are in the chat, so we're going to have a good time. Sherri, obviously busy with the show. This is what I was saying, and I kind of just tried to politely say this in the chat with someone said they'll be back next week. Sherri has the biggest dream of her life come true. She starts a talk show. Caroline can talk more about that. Caroline had her own talk show. She fills in on talk shows. She's been a performer and can actually give us the behind the scenes on what that actually looks like on a human being. So Sherri's dealing with that. Kym and Sherri both deal with the loss of one of their best friends unexpectedly. That also combines with Kym getting, another great job. So you have two people experiencing great career moves. So at times, things like a podcast schedule, they can get messed up.
Live.
That's how it works.
And we're back with this
Jai.
again.
Back live in the kitchen. Did it work?
Yeah, you're back. We've got audio and video.
We used to call these commercials, but this is a good way of doing it too. Can you turn off your TV and never turn it on again?
I was just told by a listener I need to cut my hair or tie it up. I'm starting to look a little scary. My hair is the longest it's been in a long time.
Well, that listener was me, and I agree.
Caroline's
and I
commenting.
And I pretended I was someone else. Here's the problem: it looks bad, and that's where. And you're adorable, and it's a little
little
I don't
ratty
know,
right now.
It's a little 16th century Lord King Hans Holbein prince.
Maybe we should slick it back into a ponytail. That's kind of working now.
Yeah,
Slick
here.
it back.
Let me
You
see
know,
what I
every
can do.
time I see men with ponytails, I want to sneak up behind them and cut it. I
I
do.
don't feel like that.
Oh.
Especially if it's a long. Now, if it's a small. Yes, honey. Come on
There.
now, Chris. You're bringing it through. You're bringing it through. Yeah.
Chris, who are you dating now?
Single. Yeah.
Okay, what's that about? You're a Gemini? What are you?
Yeah, I'm a Gemini. Here we go.
See.
And we lose audio. What is happening? Oh my goodness.
Calling.
Okay, there you go. Somebody was calling.
That's what I call him. I call it my boyfriend, potential scam.
But I'm about.
Look out.
That would be a good drag queen name. The best drag queen name I ever saw was Gina Lotriman.
No way. No way.
Caroline, I was just talking about this, and we were just talking about Judy. You were on the Drew Barrymore show. Caroline, you hosted your own show. We do have some pictures of Sherri, by the way, if we want to see a few.
Yeah, I want to see pictures of Sherri.
On the new show. So check her out. Look at this. I love all the outfits, and all kidding aside, this isn't exactly my lane, but it's a very, very fun show, daytime show, great outfits, great hair. It's so much work to put something like this creatively together. I think there's...
You have no... I know, look at that. That was yesterday's. Wasn't that yesterday's show? Or 2 days ago. That was beautiful. Here's the thing that Sherri has nailed. First of all, she was on The View for a very long time. She's very qualified to do this. When I got my talk show, I was such a fan that half the time I was overwhelmed by the fact that I was sitting with Pierce Brosnan. I'd be like, I was like the guy on SNL, and like, do you remember when you were in that movie? And I was such, I love that. I
You did the
is
Chris
owning it.
Farley
She's
show.
Very calm. She's funny. She's charming. She looks beautiful. And it also looks like the show's been on the air for like 5 years.
It really does. It's very seasoned, and she's just living her true, authentic self. Her guests, she's really connected. It's amazing. It's fantastic. I love it.
You know why she's like you? Okay, so Judine, when you grew up, what was your dream?
To be on Broadway.
Okay. And how did you achieve that growing up? Was your life filled with opportunities in Brooklyn, or did you fight for them?
Absolutely not. I had to hustle, say yes to everything. And I learned that very early in the game. And one yes led to the other. And that is still the formula that I use to navigate and to be where I want to be in the world. For me, nothing is impossible. And when you come from the Lafayette Gardens projects, down the street from where Jay-Z grew up, and the Marcy projects, we were rival projects, anything is possible. Anything.
That's
so the
incredible.
hustle is real. I love the hustle. And I want to pass that on to young people coming up, because they've got a different thing that they're dealing with, this thing called technology, this phone that's like a third hand.
Scoot to
With
the
my
left.
son.
Both of you
I
scoot
went
to
to
the
High
left.
School of Performing Arts in New York City. High School of Performing Arts in New York City. The Fame School.
She went to that high school.
Who
Yes.
Who else went there?
Oh my gosh. Helen Slater. Reggie Bythewood. Juliet Jeffers. Who else?
Judine Somerville is my favorite.
And Judine Somerville. I was Judine Hawkins at the time, but I'm Somerville now, and I love it.
And you grew up in the church.
Grew up in the church. Grandma said, you're getting on the choir, and you're singing this, and that's how I learned how to sing.
And where did you sing the national anthem recently?
At Yankee Stadium for Juneteenth.
You can sing and dance at that level?
I can. I've been very blessed.
Together we're a comedy.
Scoot
I
left.
the comedy, and then she's
Scoot
got all
left.
the other
It'll be
stuff.
hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Scoot left. It'll be hilarious, Judine. To your left.
What's that?
Your left, Caroline. Your left. There you go.
Oh, you're trying to get rid of me?
No, Caroline. If you scoot 3 inches to your left and Judine scoots 3 inches to her left, she'll be great.
Oh, I see. So I'll be off the chair.
You won't.
Is that what you're trying to do, Chris?
I would never in my life.
That my butt is big. I will be on the floor.
Okay, let's get back to this. So, Judine, you could have been on the Caroline show. We actually have a photo, I believe, from Caroline's talk show.
She was on the Caroline Ray show.
You were on?
I was on the Caroline.
Yes.
Yes.
Check it out. You know, Reba McEntire was on there. We had Melissa.
Reeve, do you see the fear in my face, though, in that frozen picture? You know what? Kevin Kwan, who is an incredibly famous makeup artist, did my makeup.
No way.
Yes, for that picture. I was the last person he did. Before he died.
He was amazing. Kevin O'Quan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I met him on the airplane on the way to the Sabrina the Teenage Witch audition. I had my heart broken. This is how long ago it was. Okay, this is before phone cameras. And I was sitting, and I was dating this guy. Horrible. He had the back of a bear. It was like full fur and like furry epaulets. We used to call him the captain of the bear army. And I remember he got so mad at me because I accidentally wiped my feet on his back when I was getting out of the shower. But I said, what'll I do? Anyway, so we went to Hawaii, and we broke up before the pictures were developed. And I was like heartbroken. And he smelled bad. I'm going to be honest. He was not a good scent.
That smell.
And I was on my way to audition for Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And it was so long ago that when they sent me the script, it came through at the printers across the street in circled paper because it was faxed.
Oh my God.
It was like, ye old script has arrived, my lady. You should be a bitch and be hung in Salem days. That's what it was. And then I was sitting, and Kevin O'Quan was in front of me. Do you know who Kevin O'Quan was, Chris? He's the most famous makeup artist in the last 50 years.
That's incredible.
Amazing.
He did everything. Anyway, and he turned around and said, I don't want to bother you, but I'm a huge fan of your stand-up, which made me burst into tears because it was the first kindness I'd had made that horrible time.
Yeah.
And he goes, do you mind if I sit with you? And I was like, yeah.
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
the plane was delayed for 6 hours, and we were like, blah, 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 blah. And then he said, if you ever want me to do your makeup, I had no idea who he was. And he was $10,000 a day. I had no idea who he was. So I went to the first audition, they passed me. Then the second one, they passed me up to producers. And then I had to go to the network. So I called him. He was staying at the Four Seasons. I said, would you ever do my makeup? And he's like, come over. And he laid me down on the ground like I was a painting. And he painted me. I swear, I think that's where I got the part.
Are you serious?
I'm totally serious.
Well, if you believe that's it.
Celestial choreography.
Yes.
Divine intervention. God.
Yes.
All of the above. Okay. Back to
Well, we're here. Audio's going crazy again. I don't know what to do. This is so good, and I'm so.
Not today, Satan. Satan.
not today.
Can we get some cellular? What did you call it? Celestial what? Choreography? Can we get
Celestial choreography.
Can we get some
Celestial
cellular choreography? Cellular choreography? Can we get that?
Celestial.
I'm looking for cellular.
On TikTok.
All right.
Oh my God.
All I can say is if you switch to Wi-Fi, it'll be jumpy, but maybe we'll have better audio. You want to try that?
Well, it's up to you.
You sound like two robots is the problem. Leave them up there. Talk on the net said Chris is killing me with that look. It happens. Jay, I'm doing my best. Chris fixed the static. It's, sometimes when you have these last minute things and you have a busy person like myself and we get great people like Caroline to fill in last minute and she just happens to have Judine over at her house, you take what you can get. So I appreciate all of you that are still watching. Jay, I agree. We did miss the funny because of the static. And that's why I'm going to get upset if Caroline can't get this on because they're both so good. You have so much talent. You hear what Judine's saying. She's literally singing at the Yankees game and she's a dancer on Broadway. That's not possible. That's not, you're not supposed to be able to do that. And to be a good interview, typically if people are good singers and good dancers, they're a dud. That's not, that doesn't happen. So the fact that Judine's there at Caroline's, we're so excited to talk to him. So we'll get it right. Baby Ruth Candy, this is funny, the technical difficulties. Helen says, what's going on with the audio? It's a connection issue. And in the case of somebody jumping on last minute when they're not doing these all the time, you run into this. You see this sometimes. Sometimes you get lucky. Other times it's a little different. If you all want, get the questions in. We'll ask Caroline and Judine questions throughout the day. You can also tell me what you think about Sherri's show so far. That seems like it's been kicking major tail. Everybody's had nothing but good stuff to say about it. I want to ask Caroline about the Laugh Lounge segment later because in my opinion, if that Laugh Lounge segment takes off, a daytime TV segment that has stand-up comics as its guest, that can literally make people's career. So I'm really excited to hear what Caroline has to say about that. Any luck over there? No. Trying to get people on? No. No good. Keep the comments coming.
I don't know. Is it better?
Can you hear us?
Oh. Hello. Are you there?
You can't hear us?
Yeah, it's just delayed.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you. You hear me?
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, are you there?
Yes.
All right, be funny, quick.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we hear you.
You know what's really weird? Wow.
I hear you, but yeah, your connection's going
Nothing.
off.
I've got nothing for you.
You can't hear me?
What can we do? Yes, we can hear you. Do you want me to try you on a computer?
Yeah, sure. You can try that. You could try and flip on your Wi-Fi on your phone.
We can hear you.
Okay, yeah, try a computer. The only other thing would be is we could just pop up a picture of you. We could just see the audio. Well, the audio is not working, is it?
Well, it turns out actually.
Oh, man. Jay says, now you sound like squirrels. Honeybee says it's even worse now. Jay says, we still love you, Caroline. Thank you. You're trying to make it work, says Lynn. Everybody is very understanding.
What's not working?
Audio.
What about your phone?
We didn't do mine. Let me see.
Try and log in through your phone. Oh, this is great. This is a little behind the scenes. Oh, if they're running around, keep that up. Or maybe disconnect them here in a sec. Are you going to try on a computer?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to disconnect you. Just give it your best. And we're back. It's Two Funny Mamas with a white guy in St. Louis. It's Chris Denman. You can follow me on Instagram at InstaDenman. No, if you're having a good time, thank you for tuning in. If you're listening at home, thank you. we're trying to get Caroline and Judine sorted out because we do have a really fun show to get through. And it was very nice of Judine and Caroline to give up their time. As you can see, they were not expecting to jump on and co-host today. Drop your questions in the live chat. If you've checked out Sherri's show, let us know what you think about it. Love hearing about that. Should just call Andre. Me and Andre can do an Ask Two Funny Dudes. We can work out with that. Patricia says Sherri's show is
You
so
see us?
Oh, I hear you.
Oh,
Hang
you
on.
hear me?
Is it clear? Oh my gosh.
Hey, there you are. That's so clear.
Okay.
Oh my God. Can we do this again? Like,
All right, be funny.
okay. Chris, you have to have us back again.
Hold on.
We could just start our own podcast, the three of us.
And the light looks amazing.
But where do we look? Where do we look? Because now we're both completely looking the wrong way.
You look left at your camera. Nope. Flip it back.
Nope.
Look at the camera on the phone.
There is no phone. I'm holding an iPad.
Hilarious. The camera is down and to the left. So you all are off camera right now.
What?
So Judine, okay, there you go. So Judine's now in the picture. Up. Okay, there.
Do you have a music stand to hold it up?
Do I have a music stand? Yes, for all of the music that I conduct.
Oh my gosh,
Hold
this
on.
is amazing.
It's not amazing.
You all look so good. You look very good.
And
You
you're
know what?
frozen.
All right, quick. Judine, what was it like growing up in Brooklyn and then making it to Broadway?
Amazing, fabulous, and great. I really loved doing this and hustling and going to dance class and going to voice class. And just, I had joy in my heart. And I helped anybody who was working with me or dancing with me. If they needed an extra bobby pin, if they needed an extra, cajoling of, you're going to make it. That was me. And that is me. So I love my journey. I'm giving back to the younger generation to let them know that anything is possible, regardless of where you come from. And the words that you speak into your existence. So be careful what you say.
When I was growing up,
Get a haircut.
when I was growing up in Farmington, Missouri, riding a horse, I thought for sure I would someday be on a podcast with Caroline Rhea and Judine Somerville.
This
I spoke
is
it into
really
existence.
embarrassing.
You look. This is the best
camera.
you've looked and sound this entire podcast. If
Well,
there's
that's
a way,
very upsetting since we've done 90% of it, Chris.
90%. No. You got an hour.
Hey, look. There's the stove. There's the stove. That you know what that is? That's a storage unit for other stove things. Because I never ever used it. If you don't believe me, look.
Incredible.
Do you see anything?
What do you? Don't you cook? You cook dinner for your daughter?
Oh, I cook dinner every single never day, and then I have a magic recipe book called Postmates, and I do all. How is
Okay.
it we're even? Okay,
Switch.
I look
Okay.
here.
Are you holding? There. Now look down and to your left, Caroline. That's the camera. That you're looking into the camera now. Down and to your
Okay,
left.
now. But I feel like I'm cross-eyed or I have a lazy eye.
Well, it would be
Is it
way funnier
here?
if you did.
Is it here? Oh my God, that was
We're
so.
good. Let's just go.
That was so hurtful.
Okay, so I made some turkey burgers the other day.
They were so good.
Really good. I made turkey burgers.
I'm proud of you.
Protein.
What'd you top them with?
No toppings, honey. Just the turkey burgers.
That's not true. You put in really delicious spices.
He said toppings on top.
Oh, like
Seasoning.
No mustard, no black
lemon-
pepper.
Lemon and pepper seasoning. A little kosher salt. That's it. Done. It was so good. So good.
Okay. Have you all? Okay. You're using an iPad.
My
right?
nephew is gonna get so mad at me if he sees this. He's gonna be like, "What did you do? Were you holding the phone?"
Oh my God. So what are you using right now? A phone or an iPad?
It's an iPad.
So are you holding it sideways?
Yes.
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 Okay.
I am.
So if you're here, that means your camera is going to be down here.
Right.
There.
Okay.
Caroline's looking at the camera right now.
It seems unnatural because you're over. You know what this feels like? This feels like when I had to talk to the cat on Sabrina, but Nick Bakay was where you were doing the voice, so I looked crazy, and
All right,
that's how I
talk to
feel
me
right now.
Talk to me like I'm Nick Bakay. Let's do it. Let's go.
Well, as you know, after the first season, I would often talk to the cat, even when there were no cameras around, because I believed he was real.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The true story.
Caroline.
This is the worst angled. Look at this. I'm in front of her.
It's okay. They can see.
I
You
can't
can
hold on.
set
to
it.
him.
Can't you set
Are
it
there
up
some
on
angry
something?
comments? There are
No,
millennials
no.
going, what's wrong with those people?
They
Here.
love you.
You can't go wrong with turkey burgers, says Charles. Honeybees laughing. Partnership podcast is saying yum and drooling. The turkey burgers sound great. Tina Noble said, this is like when I was younger and the grown-ups had to put foil on the rabbit ears and on top of the TV for good receptions, but made the kids hold it.
Oh my God, that's exactly what it's like. And the fact that it started with when I was younger. You know what? Okay, there. How about that?
Yeah, if you set it, if you find something to set it on, that'd be great.
Hold it.
She's like, hold it, like Commander, hold it, Commander in Chief, hold it. Yes, ma'am.
It's like the camera switching.
This is a good bicep, tricep situation.
I know. I think that's why my arm is cramping.
And we're at 10%.
Oh my God.
Oh, great. Is there a charger? Get the charger.
The devil is really trying to mess with us today, for real.
Oh
For
my
real.
gosh, that's so. Get the charger. Get the charger.
We're getting it.
Okay.
First of all, do you think I have any idea where the charger is? I'm not even on the camera now. Look, I don't know where the charger is, and I've got the wrong thing for it.
Let's keep going. Let's just keep talking.
Sherri
honey.
is
let's
going to
do
be
it.
so happy with Kym after this.
All right, Judine. I do want to
Yes.
know about this. All right. So, how many kids do you have?
2.
You have 2 kids.
Yes.
Do you have aged on the? What's it like having younger kids? You've been performing on Broadway, singing, all those things.
Yes.
So this
Yes.
is 2 funny mamas, right? Sherri and Kym.
Two funny mom.
So you're in on this today. So being a performer, you're on Broadway. You have to travel. I'm sure you have to go all over the world to do what you do at the level that you do it on. Give the listeners some insight on being a mom that's literally a performer that has to travel and put her body on the line every night.
Okay, first of all, I love it. Happy wife, happy mama, less drama. Happy mama, less drama.
Happy
okay?
mama, I like that way better than happy life, happy wife.
Right. So I make sure that I'm doing what I need to do so that I can be there for the family. And my children understand that our 17-year-old, our son, is used to me traveling, and they love it because when mama's away, they can play a little bit. Dad's great. He is always there for them and helps them whatever they need. So it's great. I love it. And my kids have really grown accustomed to the situation. When you set it up fabulously, it's funny how they just go with it. And
That's
it's
great.
really, really great. I miss them, but they realize that it's what mommy does, and that's it.
Do any of them get into performing or anything like that? I mean, to dance, I want to say I would have been in my early 20s, mid 20s. I dated someone who was a professional, like a ballet dancer, and the work that she would have to put in, and it's.
Let's be honest, the body. That's what you're going to say.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a
Yeah, you dated a ballerina? You know what? If you look on Instagram, all the dancers, their profile pictures, it actually says actual size. That's how small those women are.
well, it's like
Actual size.
So before we get into her body specifics,
What's wrong with this?
let's talk about have your kids gotten into performing at all?
Our son can
Hold
sing.
on, you can sit down
Okay,
again,
great.
right?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, yes.
this is perfect. It's great until
Fabulous.
your battery dies. This is amazing.
Oh my God.
We'll figure
Don't
out
worry.
something.
We'll do something for the next 8% that'll be life-changing.
Oh my
The
God.
countdown's on. Okay.
So yes, he can dance. He's got a nice voice, but he's a baller. He loves to play basketball. So that's the goal. He wants to be in the NBA. That's his goal. And Daddy and I are supporting that in every way.
He's 17. He should probably have a pretty realistic view of what he's doing in the next couple of years. Is that happening?
You know what? Not everybody
Not
blossoms
really.
at the same rate,
Not
buddy.
really.
Okay?
Not really. Like, he's
I could still be a ballerina.
You are.
Go ahead. On point, Caroline. Let's go. The 2-2 on. Let's hit it.
Judine, I remember
Yes.
you can share this with your son. I played basketball for 12 years, and when I was 17, I could jump out of the gym, I could play, and I remember going to a select tournament and like, oh, there's scouts there, there's this, there's that. And whenever I realized 20 seconds into our first showcase game that we were like the lambs that were brought to get slaughtered at the showcase. You talk about a humbling experience. I've never had more dudes touching the top of my head while dunking on. It's a humbling experience.
Hear you.
Yeah.
It's really, it's when your children have a passion, and bowling is similar to entertainment, right? NBA similar to being in show business. He has to want it, and I think he does want it, but I don't really think he knows how deep we have to go with it. And then you got to be seen by scouts, and you got to go AAU, and you got to go here. And then the coach, if he likes you, the skill set, it's a lot of variables that have to be met. I understand that, but as a mom, I'm allowing him to let me know when he goes, you know what, Mom, maybe I just want to coach, or because I don't ever want him to say, I wasn't able to really live out my dream. That would kill me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kill me. So I'm going with it, honey.
Okay, I have some questions, and you'll know the answer. What is the name of the very famous basketball player who played in Toronto, and then he came back to LA?
Kawhi Leonard?
Yes. Okay. So, I believe we're having a
Kawhi
Leonard, not Cowie. Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi.
Okay. Kawhi.
I'm probably getting roasted in the live chat.
Who was the, do you like all my questions? Who was the coach, Doc Rivers? Who was his assistant coach? Brendan, for the Clippers, right? Wasn't Doc Rivers for the Clippers?
Yeah, Doc Rivers.
Someone, the two people watching, one of them must follow basketball. So
I thought I followed basketball. Obviously not. Keep going.
You know what I feel like? This is not going to be a regular Two Funny Mamas podcast. This is going to be an exam at all technological schools of what went wrong and how to avoid it. That's what's going to happen. Okay.
Well, at least we're teaching a lesson.
So my neighbor in the summertime was the coach of the Clippers.
The assistant coach.
Assistant coach.
Yeah, let's not overstep where we live. Okay.
Okay.
Not that.
Okay. All right. 12 years, bad haircut. Let's keep going. Okay. So, because I can't remember the name of the NBA team you didn't play on. Anyway, so.
Okay, we're roasting.
Okay. Yeah, that feeling. If your son happens to wake up and realize that his only basketball option is being the hometown white guy at the end of the bench being a walk-on, that's going to be a tough thing that he has to realize.
I agree.
You're not going to believe this. A charger just arrived.
It's wild how that happens. When you're a star of stage, screen, and podcast like you, people are there to help.
Okay, one of those things was a lie. Nope, you just took away all the light. All the light.
Everyone's losing it, by the way.
Good. That's what they wanted. They wanted the top of my head, right?
The light.
Oh, this is incredible.
Live theater, honey. We're ready. We're going.
You have no idea. You're going to have so many new fans, and people are loving this.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Chris, ask Caroline if she's doing any voiceovers because her voice is so unique.
Well, yes, I am, as a matter of fact. Yesterday, I had an audition to play the part of a pimple. I was like, I think I'm going to pass, but...
What? Why?
What's that?
Which what?
What's this? That thing over there. I think it's obvious that my career is in directing and lighting and...
Who just walked into the other room?
That's Ryan. That's someone I meet people on the street and then they live with me. It's pretty much what my life's like.
It's like Kym's house.
Oh, Kym's house is modeled after my house.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, I had one guy live with me for 3 years, and my sister said, "Can he stay with you for 2 weeks while he's looking for a house?" And in the third year, I said, "It was my house you were looking for, wasn't it?"
Because you haven't left. 2 weeks turned into 3 years. She's great like that. Awesome.
Kym did an amazing job at David's. Kym did an amazing job at the memorial.
Right.
I forgot to mention her, which is kind of important. She was funny and real and authentic and let everybody there. And yes, God bless her. She thinks that's orange and it was pink. But you know what? Like she said, it's in the orange family. I mean, I don't know what the orange family includes, but All right. And Chris was very funny, and he was wearing, and then they were funny together, and Julie and her children and Barbara were happy.
Yep. Because they wanted it to be comedic. They wanted it to be light, the energy and everything.
Because the next day was for family, and I'm sure that was a very heartbreaking day.
Have either of you had to speak in a situation like that? I work with, you all know Greg Fitzsimmons. He just had to speak at, I think it was Bob Saget's funeral, and it turns into a roast. But as a performer or just people that you're connected to those people, does that help you, or is that ever tough if you're asked to speak in that situation?
I was completely traumatized because at a wedding, for some reason, I thought it was a good idea to mention. I still can't even think about this. Oh my God, I don't know how. I literally ruined someone's wedding. I'm not kidding.
Do tell.
This is when we were like in our 20s.
This is a full screen moment. Yeah, this is them. They're the star of the show. This is a clip.
But you're all gonna hate me and judge me. It was a horrible, horrible decision. I was speaking at a wedding. I'm looking over there, right? You know what I need? We need cue cards and a stage manager the next time in the gift. Okay. And then you see, like, they're gonna think Judine knows. Why does Judine look like she's just staring ahead and is normal? And I am like, where's the camera? Where's the camera? Like, I've never done it before.
I'm picking up, and we're gonna have a Los Angeles branch of my company in your living room. Midcoast Media is coming to Los Angeles at Carolina.
You're not safe, my friend. You're a Gemini. I'm an Aries. Sparks will happen, even though you are a little too old for me. Have you ever dated an Aries?
I don't know. What's an Aries?
Okay.
What's the time frame? What's the
lack of knowledge in astrology? Next. I don't know. I'm 104, and no one's ever mentioned what sign I am.
Sign.
You know that the guy in Atlanta, when I said, "What sign are you?" and he said, "I think I'm a Libra." I was like, "Oh, did you read about that in a horoscopy book?" I thought you were a Pisces or a Gemini.
Oh my God.
Maybe a Sagittarius, but you're a Libra.
An Aries, March 21st to April 19th.
Yes, here's what happened. I was at this wedding, and I mentioned this story that she and I used to be cater waiters together. And one day we were at a wedding, and she had slept with the groom and the best man.
I'm sorry, what? Where was this at? Where did you do this?
This was in Arizona like 100 years ago.
No, during the ceremony?
No. Oh, yes. No, they were already legally married, so there was no going back. But I mentioned it in the speech. I know. Terrible. What was I thinking?
Was it at the same time?
Every time I see her, I say how sorry I am. And she said, "We're divorced. It doesn't matter." I was, okay.
Wow. That was a foreshadowing of something, or you knew?
Can I just tell you that unless I have one shoulder 6 inches higher than the other, there's something so weird going on with this. And I do have a little bit of scoliosis, but wow. I have a treat for you. Talk to Judine for a second. That's the treat. Hold on.
And you're on.
Judine, okay, I know you're close with David's family. I know, is that why you're in Los Angeles?
Actually, yes, I'm a friend of Julie Arnold, and we show-stopped together with Showstopper America's Greatest Dance Championships. She was an adjudicator as well as I was, and also I'm the host now along with Showstopper and some other hosts. But I came to support her because when I came to do Hairspray Live for NBC with Ariana and Jay Hudd and this amazing cast, she was the one that called me up and said, "Judine, I want to set up this interview with you. I think it'll be great. I want you to come and talk about the show." And no one had done that. I mean, we were the Dynamites, but everybody else had big press. But she came, and said that to me. And I thought that was unbelievable. And a bigger story broke, and I didn't get to do the interview. But the fact that she called me up and said we should do this spoke volumes of her,
that's
just
incredible.
Of her heart. Yeah, I mean, who does that in Hollywood?
So,
people don't do that.
No, that's not normal.
No, it's not. And I just wanted to thank her, and I thanked her then with a thank you note, by the way, okay? And then I was able to come out, and I got to see her at at the ceremony, and it was just so great to be able to hug her and tell her that her other fellow Rockettes and family from Showstoppers said hello. So
that's incredible.
That's a lot.
So you
Chris, I just want to remind Sherri of something when she's upset with me because of how this has gone, because of my lack of technological skills, that Sherri was my first guest on my talk show when I was doing them, and that got her a talk show. So if she could just remember the good things that have happened and not necessarily the bad ones. That's all. And Kym, I have so much dirt on you, and don't be angry with me. I love you, and what's happening?
Andre Lavelle's calling me right now. Andre, you're live on Two Funny Mamas. What's happening?
Hey, I just called and asked what's going on with Two Funny Mamas. Hey, Two Funny Mamas.
It's Caroline Rhea and Judine Somerville on here with us, and now you're live on the show.
All right, Caroline, how you doing?
She can't.
Andre, what was
hear
that
her.
thing you posted on Instagram today with the naked woman?
Andre, I'm gonna. He can't hear you, so I'm gonna say this for her. So Andre, we might as well just have Andre call in. Andre, what was
Andre call in.
You want to have him call in?
Yeah, I just want to see where that's going to end up on this screen. It's going to make me laugh.
It's probably gonna. We've just now gotten you settled. I don't know if that's a great move, but we can. Andre, Caroline wants to know what was up with the naked woman on your Instagram today.
Just a little something different. You know me.
Oh, boy. If
All
a
right.
naked woman is something a little different, it's very sad about you.
Okay, so we'll get Andre a login and it'll probably mess the whole show up. But you know what? We're gonna work through it. Andre, we'll get you a login.
In the meantime, I'd like to share my first headshot with everyone.
Incredible. Oh my goodness.
Was I only auditioning for Phantom of the Opera? What was I thinking? Half my face.
What were you looking up at?
Come here.
The stars, the sky,
Oh,
the
I was gonna say
possibility.
it might have been one of
I
his
know.
groomsmen.
It looks like a porn headshot.
Oh Lord. There we go.
That's what Chris was thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It was. I was like, something's about to happen. Judine,
Yes.
Chris, when the podcast is canceled because of this episode, I don't want to take full responsibility.
I'll go down on the ship with you, Caroline. The two
Chris,
whites.
you know what you look a bit like?
Huh?
You look a bit like Russell Crowe.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
What are you talking about? He's the handsomest man alive.
Okay. I didn't know if that was an insult. I haven't seen him in a little bit.
Did you not see Gladiator?
Yeah, I didn't know if there was like
My
some.
favorite movie.
Well, I'm happy that I
By
can
the
make that
way,
connection with you.
He's a very unlikely friend of mine, but he is my friend, and he is hilarious and kind as you can imagine, and generous and an amazing human.
We love that.
We're exactly the same. That's fantastic.
You're nothing like him, but there's a slight resemblance because of your hair and this facial thing you have going on.
That I've been afflicted with.
He's got it in on you with that, honey.
Thank
She's not
you.
letting that go.
Okay, so Caroline, Judine worked with Jennifer Hudson
My
on
dog is in my lap, by the way.
I thought
can't see that.
I thought that was your new boy toy. Well, who's the dog? What's happening here?
Oh no, I got rid of the dog, but I have a dog.
But
I had a big dog. You know that someone is cheating on you when they say on their text, "Good morning, beautiful," and I would just write back, "Please take me off the group text."
What's that? Judine,
Hey,
have you
guess
been?
what?
Go ahead.
Yes.
I'm doing the Tonight Show on Halloween.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm doing stand-up. 4.5 brand new minutes of stand-up, and then I'm sitting down with Jimmy.
That's congratulations. That's incredible. Can I dork out a little bit on this?
Yeah, please dork out. I'm dorking out. I love him.
I do too.
Okay, so you've done these shows a million times. If you all don't know, a 4.5 minute set, it gets critiqued like 50 times over. They come out, they see her at the clubs, they go, change that, put this here. How's that going right now in 2022 to be told by a producer, like, change up that 4 minutes? Is that weird?
Here's the thing. I'm reducing it from 90 minutes that I normally do on stage. So that's the hard part, where you have to get like the essence of a joke.
Yeah.
And every time I'm like, oh, I've totally nailed it. I've timed the set. Is it 4.5 minutes? I say very confidently. They're like, it's 9. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, maybe I could just skip the intro. But I'm debating. What do you think? Should I or should I not? What was that? Just a cry for help? What you just did over there?
Well, if we really want Andre to come on, I need a login number. So I'm trying to get a login number for him.
Okay.
Okay.
I just think this is your basement with a curtain, but I think it's more than that, isn't it?
It's a studio with equipment and an office and a lease we got to pay bills here.
It's an adult situation here. We're really doing it.
We are a limited liability corporation. That's long for LLC.
Well, we have not limited the liability today, my friend.
Thank you, Caroline.
Okay, with the moving phones and the no volume and
let's get back to this. So they want you to cut down 2.5 hours of material into a tight 4 minutes.
Well, it's just an hour and a half of material. But it's funny because normally when you do these shows, well, I have a big gig coming up in Green Bay, Wisconsin on November something, because I'm very good at promoting somewhere in that month. But normally I wouldn't even tell you the month.
She's better at it.
I'm getting much better at it. You know what? My shows, I actually love telling jokes. Some comedians are, I can do stories and not a joke. I could talk to the audience for an hour and a half and not do any of it. But to actually write a joke is this satisfying little creature that you get. Like the first joke I ever wrote was, my mother get down, then it's okay. My mother thought I was too aggressive with men because I had my last boyfriend put to sleep. And I felt really bad because he knew where we were going as soon as he got in the car.
Isn't that the worst? When you've put your dog down, are you in the room? Do you cry?
God almighty, we are not talking about that.
You brought it up.
Report with the two funny mamas. It was a joke, Chris. Oh my God. Joke.
Oh, goodness.
Poor child.
What did you want to ask me, Chris?
I was saying you did a live, you said Hairspray with Jennifer Hudson?
Hairspray Live, yes, with Ariana J. Hud.
Was there any mistakes?
Yeah, there were mistakes. Yeah. I think in the morning when she goes, "Good morning, Baltimore," all the lights went out. Yeah, that was something that happened live. So they did their magic and somehow they came back on. So yeah, a couple of things went wrong, but for the most part, 22 million people tuned in. So it was amazing. 22 million on NBC. That was amazing.
That's just shy of how many people are going to see this.
Oh my gosh. How fabulous is that?
It's 4 people, and then the next number up is 22 million. We all know that.
Yeah, hang on. We've got my mom. We've got my mom, Andre, a guy Caroline used to date, and then 2 employees. So we have 5 people tuned in.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
There are nearly 400 people tuned in right now. We've got Makila laughing, sick in the head, said you should be in the room when they transition. Talking about the dog. It was horrible. Caroline and Kym says, DG says Caroline and Kym are ADHD twins. There is actually a question that is a good question for you, and I want to make sure I get it from the right person. East Omar wants to know about your necklace. That's a good question.
Oh, my necklace. Oh, my gosh. This necklace was made for me by a young lady by the name of Kim Schwaborough. And she lives in Anaheim. And I had several of these made in different crystals and in different colors. I work with young people. And when one young person would go, "Oh, my God, Judine, that is so amazing," I would take it off my neck and give it to them. So I just have this one left. Yes, I am that person. Very giving.
You be careful. You're going to have to mail it to a listener because somebody's going to ask if they can have it.
I just would also like to say that I wish I had ADHD because then there would be some kind of medicine.
That's exactly right. That's right.
I wish that then there would be some kind of antidote to who I am, but there is none. And I actually had to go and get tested to see. I was like, I've got to have ADD. There's not a chance I don't. I had a 3-hour exam with the head of medicine at UCLA. And he's like, 100% you do not have ADD. And I go, let me tell you something. This was the longest 3 hours of my entire life. I feel I've been here for 2 weeks answering questions. And he explained to me that I don't have it, that I have all these parallel things that happen at the same time, and then I wrap them all up. I am not linear.
So they're interesting to that.
We have a request for we've got Andre Lavelle.
Okay, Andre, angle looks like you have a set of boobs. What's happening? Lift it. What's happening? That's
Be
flex
careful.
them. There you go.
We haven't seen below. He may not be wearing pants. Andre, are you prepared to be on the show?
You guys, do you know who my new
He's
trainer
muted.
is?
Who?
My new trainer is the current Mr. Universe. We should have called him.
We should have.
Wow. You kicked me to the curb for Mr. Universe. That's cool. I'm not jealous. I'm not
Messed
angry.
up.
You are not a
Just
trainer.
like that
You are an
man
actor and a filmmaker. And you've
Yes,
got some
yes.
action going on there. And what's the name
Yeah, I
of
just
the-
finished my workout. I'm back in the mix, so I have to get my protein in. I made a nice little chicken sandwich, chicken breast sandwich. But yeah, I'm trying to get back in the game. See them shoulders.
Andre, have you ever met Judine?
Yes.
We haven't met. When did we meet?
We haven't met.
He was a
you know
he was
we
a rock
haven't
he was
met.
a Rockette in 2016.
You know what? He might have been filming when you taught dance class at Kym's.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Because we danced
Oh my
together.
gosh, yes. How
And the-
are you?
The bald head. Now you know me?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. How you
I had that
doing?
video someplace. I'm great. I had to go in the kitchen
Someplace.
because I saw that's the motif. You all in the kitchen, so I'm in the kitchen too. So we all in the kitchen.
In the
Hey,
kitchen. Andre has just moved into a new home and he is furnishing it. And I said, I have all the furniture you need.
Oh, you, Andre, get on that, honey. Don't tarry.
I've been
Don't tarry on that
calling.
one.
I've been calling for 2 months and I've yet to get any furniture, so I went and bought some
That is
furniture.
not true. I have offered you a coffee table and a couch. I've offered both those things. And you keep
Yeah,
sending me
but I
pictures
could never get
of
them.
furniture. You keep on sending me couches and coffee tables in the picture.
Okay, come and get it. Come and get it, Andre. Just come. Just pull up and get the
There's
stuff.
so much extra furniture. People, I'm like, would you like a couch or a table or a boudoir when you leave?
All right, yeah, I'll
Chris.
come through. I'll show you what else I need. I'm just gonna
Okay.
come through and get stuff.
Okay, I hope you're dancing because it looks like you're doing something weird with your hands at this angle. So
Put that
Oh my
put,
That's
God.
the I want to bite my chicken sandwich dance. I want to
Well,
bite
go
my
ahead.
chicken sandwich.
take it.
Are you taking? Are you doing the carbs? Just not the chicken without the bread. That's so
I haven't
un-LA.
had- No, I usually do the little tortillas and make a little thing, but I didn't have time, so I just ate a piece of
I
bread. But
hear
it's potato bread or something. It's not real bread.
Ooh,
But
Can I tell you how
it's-
exhausted I am? When my trainer told me that I had to eat literally like 69 grams of protein a day.
Mm.
No.
I mean, if you a day, so you can cover that over breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah. But Judine eats on every other day, like parking in New York, and she eats so
No.
well.
Yeah, but every other day. I eat every day. I have just been able to get to proteins and vegetables, and they make me feel amazing. Yes, I have those carbs every now and then, and yes, I will have something
Jenny's
sweet.
ice cream.
Oh my God, Jenny's ice cream! I'm obsessed, and I can't even explain it. It is so good. It's like cream. We call that church basement. You know what I mean by that, Andre, right? Church basement. They make it with love and churning and all that. Honey, Jenny, that I want to take them back to New York.
Your body's
Anybody
amazing.
listening?
You burn so much from the dancing. Your body's amazing. You look up.
Well,
you
I
look awesome.
appreciate that. Thank
Great
you.
legs too. Yeah.
Caroline, should we get out of here?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's go,
Caroline,
Chris.
of course. I see the trend. I saw you the other night. You look great. The weight is just
My
coming off
transition. You know what? I went off my thyroid medicine and lost 24 pounds. So maybe it was the wrong medicine.
Perhaps.
Whoa.
This is my point. If you've been on a medicine for a long time, get checked all the time. Don't get lazy
It's
with
true.
what they're prescribing for
No,
you.
it's-
And you
that's
think
true.
that, and then you go and you get a blood test and you go, oh, this is actually what I need.
Yeah, if something's
Chris,
going
since it's called Two Funny Mamas, and for the 5 people who are listening, I would like some advice for those watching. Chris, I'd
Such
like you to be
as?
awake.
Such as what kind of advice? You want me to talk about being a mama?
Well, I'm a daddy, so I don't know if that helps.
A parent, what do you do when your child is cheeky and rude?
That sounds kind of
Spank that
specific.
ass.
This is really funny. For punishment, I make her, she has to watch me do something technological. Like, I'm like, Ava, if you are rude to me, you're going to have to upload a video of mommy dancing. And you know how I dance. And then I'm going to tag your friends on TikTok.
What?
or
So you
even if
embarrass her
find my
into
reading
being
glasses
right.
on my head. What?
You embarrass her into acting right.
Yes, that is complete. Isn't that a good way of doing it?
That's one way.
What's your way?
She says that's one way.
That's one way of doing it. Usually, I will say, we'll take the devices away, or just put them away until you can figure out how you need to speak and how you need to obey what I'm asking you to do.
Yeah.
Doesn't always work.
The only power we have, I'm an Uber driver. I have one client, and she's very mean, and she leaves me awful reviews. That is what being a parent is. I have a lot of 1 stars. She should talk less. She's not a great driver. Like, very mean.
And she doesn't tip well either.
She doesn't. No, I've never been tipped by this girl ever. No, nor does she. And by the way, it's from my account, so I'm actually paid to drive her places.
How about that?
Oh my
And that's
goodness.
something-
No, wait. Can we get a taste of this this Tonight Show set that you're gonna do, Caroline? Is there anything on the chopping block that maybe we can help you refine live on the show?
Yeah. Hold, please.
Judine,
Yes.
let's get a
Yes.
close up. Andy, if you could do a close up on that necklace again. People were asking. Let's just go to a single shot. Get up in that camera. People wanted to see it a little bit
And
more.
they can go to my Instagram and DM me, and I will get the information from Kelly, and I'll connect whoever wants a necklace like this. I'm happy to open that up.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're back to. So Judine, you're gonna pass the mic to Caroline. Caroline Ray now coming to the stage. You've seen her on Canada's Got Talent, Scotland for You. It's Caroline Ray.
First of all, we haven't even talked about you going to Scotland.
We will.
First, when I go to Scotland, because I'm cartilage based and doughy, like when the wind blows, it's like, "Wah." Some people are very bone based. I'm cartilage based. In Scotland, people always come up to me and they're like, people say that I look like you. They really do. When I see you on the telly, they think that's me, that I look like you. And I say, you do look like me. You also look like a snowman and a baby. And I was in Scotland, and a very mean woman, I was trying on a dress, and I said, is this too big on me? And she said, quite the opposite, madam, quite the opposite. I was like, thank you. Okay, how was your trip to Scotland, and where did you go?
We just went to Edinburgh. 2 things matter for this story or for this overview of the trip. I got stuck in Canada for 2 days. That was terrible.
Lucky. No one's stuck in Canada.
No.
You won a little lottery.
They said they sent us to the suburbs of Toronto, out to some hotel because they had to pay for it. So we would have had to pay like $200 to just go hang out and walk around Toronto. So we're stuck 40 minutes from the airport at some hotel. There was barely any poutine. Terrible experience in Canada. Air Canada can eat it. Scotland, we went to Edinburgh because we're going to do a comedy festival here, and we met
It's
with all.
called Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Is that better?
Edinburgh.
But we did.
Edinburgh is like you're boring. Yeah.
You gotta roll
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. My business partner, his mom lives there. She's Scottish, so we had a place to stay. She pieced out of
Where
the
in
condo
Scotland?
in
Did you hear
Edinburgh.
my dog chewing on her bone just because you didn't think things could go worse? Stella, sorry.
Oh yeah, so we went to Edinburgh. Have you been?
I did the festival twice.
Oh, it's incredible. Like this was my favorite. This is probably my favorite show. Baby Wants Candy. It was a musical improv group. It was great.
Oh, yeah, they're amazing. Amazing.
Oh, you've seen them in New York?
No, they're unbelievable. Like they literally make up a musical.
On the spot?
On the spot.
Put them back up on the screen, please, Andy. Thank you. No, all these people were so good. And the dude in the blue shirt in the background, I think he's on Superstore, the TV show. But either way, these are all improvisers. You just give them a topic, and they've got the band on the side, and they come up with a whole show. What? Absolutely absurd.
You know what that just reminded me of, Chris? Speaking of not having ADD, I saw this thing. I saw this thing on Instagram. It said, if you want to catch a man's attention, smile at him look between his nose and his mouth, right? So in my mind, I'm like doing this, like doing that. But what he must have seen was this. Just me
squinting.
And that's what I feel like as we're looking at your stuff. You're like the guy in the blue. I'm like, I can barely see you. There's a guy in the back.
Well,
okay.
You're doing a great job.
The Edinburgh Festival has 2,000 shows.
Oh, and that's not, and like there's hundreds of thousands of people that go there. I saw 0 fights. I would walk home at 4 a.m, 30 minutes, no trouble.
Woo!
I would not do that in St. Louis. That's for sure.
I'm about to say that.
Tell you, by the way, the first time I ever went to that festival, I was walking up the Royal Mile, and there was a kid who was literally vomiting.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, there's a little bit of alcoholism in that country. And then as I step over his body politely, he looks up at me and he goes, wait, I know you from the telly. What show were you on? And I'm like, looking down at this vomiting man, and I said, Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. And he says, you were in my wank bunk when I was 15. And then he vomits.
Oh my God.
Oh, and I bet you never called that ex-boyfriend ever again, did you? What a weird way to run into him.
Said, thank you. I don't know what a wink means.
No,
Thank you, next.
It's incredible because there's dancers, I saw an Irish comic, Jason Byrne. There's the castle. That's pretty wild, isn't it?
Jason Byrne is so funny.
Jason Byrne, that's Jason Byrne right there. Jason
Byrne is one of the comics that actually talks to the audience. They like to just be entertained. He really goes for it.
Yeah, you know who you reminded me of, Caroline? A little bit of Ian Bagg, Canadian comic based in Los Angeles. He gave me some Irish Ian Bagg vibes. What do you think?
When I was there, I loved it because these Irish girls were like, we're great fans of Sabrina. Could we get an autograph? I said, of course. What's your name? My name's Ava. I said, oh, that's my daughter's name, AVA. You ever met an Irish person? No. A-I-O half. I'm like, are you spelling it in fairy? It's like full Game of Thrones spelling. And then Maeve was M-A-B-H. I'm like, well, you have fun in America. Americans love pronouncing things correctly.
Oh my gosh.
That's so great. No, Caroline, and I'll make this quick because I'm sure people want to hear more stuff about the two of you. But no, going over there.
We've been on for hours. It's like a hostage situation. Let the people go.
Not going anywhere. All right, there's a few more pictures. I'll just run you through it. Here.
Okay.
That's some more interesting stuff. I did love this. Everywhere you walked, it was a good time. We can just cycle
But here's
through.
the thing, Chris.
Yeah.
All of that, go back to that last picture. I'm sure that beautiful church was a venue. Literally everything is a venue.
That's what they do.
You're like in a phone booth and you're like, is this a venue? What time does the show start? You're in a cab. They're like, well, I thought this would get. I'm like, is this a venue? Everything.
Like this is literally. I saw Chris Gethard, who's a comic in New York. I saw him at this place. Like, what? You don't go
That's
watch.
where I performed, the Gilded Balloon. Karen Corn's Club. I performed in the giant room. Yeah. And then I did a kids show with a clown. One of the most traumatizing experiences of my life.
This was like a nice, refreshing thing because I see all these. Like, listen, it's all about performance. That's what the thing is. But as an American fan of stand-up comedy, I'm not a huge fan of crazy theater and experimental, pissing on each other in the back of a bus. Like, not my thing. And to see Chris Titus's poster up there, I was just like, oh, okay. It's like a little refreshing thing. I was like an actual.
You know what, though? It's very weird because they take it very seriously. Like, they write reviews all the time. And
that's the whole thing.
You're not writing reviews. So there's this one paper. I can't even remember, but you want to get I got a 5-star review from that paper. Woohoo! On the second to last day of the festival.
Okay.
I was like, thank you. Again.
Where were they at the first day of the festival?
Hello. That's no. Now how do we?
Can I tell you a funny story? Jennifer Coolidge was there when I was there.
Yes.
And Judine and I went to this event where you saw that picture called Best in Drag Show.
You went as well, Judine? I didn't realize that.
Yes, honey. I was right there beside Sister Girl over there.
Oh yeah.
And the girls. Of course.
Sister Girls and the Girls.
Sister Girls and the Girls.
So when I had taken my father to this like 15, 20 years. This is before RuPaul's show. And I said to my dad, I go, Dad, it's an amazing charity event. It's called Best in Drag Show. It used to be originally called Battle for the Tiara. I go, Dad, these are men dressed as very beautiful women in drag, and they're competing for, like it's a pageant.
Yeah.
And my father was like 79, and he was like, okay, honey, I got it. And then Jennifer Coolidge came out on stage to introduce the evening, and my father turned to me and said, he should win.
Jennifer Coolidge. Oh my goodness. Well, he was
God
He
bless
was
her
right.
for being successful now.
so okay.
That's,
So you went to Scotland with Judine. You went to Ireland and I believe other parts of Europe.
no, we didn't go to Scotland together.
No, we went to the Best in
The
Drag
Best in
show.
Drag show together.
Oh, that
I
from my phone, my background screen photo.
Yes.
I went to Scotland with Ava's baby daddy, and that was fun.
Hey now.
A lot of fun.
He's a
fight, we fight over our joke because we say
he's a
our
comic
daughter's name
too.
our daughter's name is Ava Ray Economopoulos, but I've already explained to her that the Economopoulos is silent.
I gotta remember that.
That's a big one.
Oh, that's
How
so
did
good.
you,
Wait, Andre, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
One, how are you doing? And two, what's the name of your new film production company?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. Even if I wasn't, I'd say I'm doing excellent.
You're a
But,
charming Gemini like Chris.
Yeah, and lonely like Chris too. But anyway, 16 Productions, the number 6 TEN Productions.com. You can check out the website. As a matter of fact, I just finished working on a pitch deck for a project that you're involved in. You just don't know it yet. Hey, what do you know? I just told you.
You know what? That's what kind of friends we all are. I literally saw on Instagram the other day, I get tagged by Sean Wayans that I'm on a benefit for John Witherspoon, for Angela Robinson, his widow, and that we're doing this fundraiser. And I call Kym and I go, were you going to mention this? Or was I just supposed, it's just like, I told you I was going to sign you up. I'm like, okay.
That makes
Well,
me.
make sure there's a dance scene in there.
Yeah.
Is there a hosting scene, dance scene in there for me? Is there something in there for me, Andre? You can't leave the family out.
Without a doubt. All I have to do is turn on the writing. I can put anybody in it because that's why you have your own
Okay,
production.
Andre, I want this show to happen. Miss Judine's School of Dance, which is basically like a girl who came out of the projects, made it, and goes back and teaches in the projects and inspires young girls to dance.
And
Well-
she comes back because her grandmother had a stroke. The mother takes care of the grandmother, and it's that humanity that was built throughout the family that she has to come back and help her family. And in that moment, she ends up going to the school and helping these kids not only become dancers, but become amazing people. And that's it. Yes, we should be. Yeah, we should.
Well,
keep that.
and you can film 2 blocks up, 2 blocks
Somebody's
up.
going, oh, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
Okay, it's already been copywritten and it's already in development
Yep.
at 16th Production.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Andre had a great question that a few people in the live chat had asked as well. How did you two meet?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. There are 2 ways. One, Judine was in Hairspray, and I went backstage so many times like a stalker that I met her. But the majority of people that Judine has met, she's either worked with, like Barry Manilow or Angela Bassett or whoever.
J HUD.
Jay Hutt, all these people
Ariana.
she's worked with. But the other majority of people she's met on the street. Now that sounded really bad.
Men on the street, meaning that I'm very friendly, and I just have that aura that people just want to say, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they're like surprised at my energy. So a conversation ensues about life and the pursuit of happiness. Somehow we get on about children and how we're moving the world forward. And I'm all about moving the world forward. I come from the hood, right? So I know what marginalized communities need, and it's the performing arts, and it's for people like myself who come back and say, okay, this is how it's done. This is what we're going to do. We're going to create these programs. This is what you wear. This is how you dress. And this is what you should say. And you should be your authentic self. Not trying to cover people up and not letting people be who they are. That's a travesty. Thank you. I want to say that.
We know what you feel strongly about. I love it. And you can film it here in St. Louis. We're a block from the Fox Theater. We've got the Grandel that holds like 500 people. Production company down the street, 16th Productions. Make it happen.
I would love to. I'm ready.
Beautiful.
Ready.
Okay, Andre jumping on. You can follow Andre on Instagram at the Andre Laveau. You don't have to. You're all good, Andy. We got this. Caroline, are you frozen?
I was just saying it was terrible that when cell phones came out and we would make videos, my mother just did not understand this concept. So everyone is always moving in the videos with my mother, and she's like,
I gotta know. We were talking about
a moment of I was honoring my mother for a moment. Also, I probably maxed out on the ability to talk. Have you?
No, I haven't. I'm
no
ready.
way.
Okay.
No. Give us a couple more minutes and we'll let you get out of here.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Is it a special 2.5 hour Two Funny Mamas, or are you just having to edit everything that we talked about up front?
Up front, the clock restarted whenever your tech actually worked. So we're at minute 12, and we need
actually work.
But that means that we haven't talked about the funeral at all because we talked about it up front.
We're not editing anything. This is all live.
Oh, this is live?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here eating a chicken sandwich on live. Everybody sitting here eating a chicken sandwich.
That will be
It's
your
a very slow day in the world that people have enough time to watch this.
that'll
How
be
many
your,
people are watching?
right now you're at 343, but over the next couple weeks it'll be at about 20,000.
Well,
love
if they watch Two Funny Mamas on the regular, somebody's got to eat on the show. Kim's not here, so in honor of Kym, here we go. Bite
I
some
was
chicken.
gonna say, Andre, this
I
will
don't
be
know
the
if it's
12th
ever
time you're
equal,
eating
but
on the
that's
show.
the biggest chicken sandwich I've ever seen.
His bread is
Oh,
wide. It's probably like rye bread or something. The shape is weird.
Okay, here's another one. Yay or nay for the Tonight Show? I live in a 100-year-old house in Los Angeles because I wanted to be younger than something in the city.
Good one. Good.
Let's keep. I want to keep this up. Keep going. Oh, that's so fun.
I had my daughter in my 40s. I had one egg left hiding behind my kidney. No one had thought to look there. Boom! Pregnant. No one was more surprised than my boobs. They were like, when I explained breastfeeding to them, they were like, what? They've been understudies their entire life. They're like, we're going on? I don't even know if I remember the part. I stopped going to rehearsal after you broke off your engagement.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is.
Caroline
There
Ray
you go. Thank you very much.
in the
Oh,
pocket. In the
That's
pocket.
wonderful. That's right. So wait, so you were in your 40s when you had your kid?
Yeah, and she's about to be 14, so I'm 38 this month.
I was gonna say it's always
It's LA math.
it's always awkward whenever I do a podcast with somebody younger than me.
You know what? Ava is going to be
This is
14. Ava's going to be 14. She's 6 feet tall, although she refuses to
And
admit it.
beautiful. And nice. I love her.
No, she is nice, but
With mama, it's something different. But, when
she is nice. She's really nice. Today, she went like this when I drove her to school. She goes, literally, like you have to drive in the driveway. And she goes, like, don't drive in, don't drive in, don't drive in. So, of course, I'm like, I have to drive in because this is where I have to drop you off legally. And then I'm literally like some geeky girl on an awkward first date. I'm like this, have a good day. I'm like waiting to be kissed. I'm like this. And then you have to unpurse your lips and go, it's not going to happen. You're like, and then she just goes like this. And leans her head towards me. And I'm like, may I kiss the top of your head? She's like, quickly.
Is she gonna do anything in the entertainment world?
I believe so. She's extremely funny. I was showing her, like, I have an insane, my mother was an antique dealer, so I have like 4 to 5 million teacups that are basically never used. People use mugs anyway. And I have all these teacups and I go, honey, all of this will be yours one day. And she goes like this, all of this will be in storage one day.
Meaning she's flipping the script. I'm dealing with it now, honey. But Mama, when you go, I've got something else I'm going to put up in here.
By the way, she loves Judine and she's so polite. And Judine's son is the politest boy ever. Was he ever cheeky?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they try you. Yeah. And I just give him that look.
Yeah.
And then he knows, okay, I gotta pipe it down for Mom. Yeah.
Caroline,
I will
do you
tell
have...
you, my daughter's father is getting divorced, and I can never remember his wife's name. I always think it's Karma, because Karma's also a bitch.
Love you.
All right now. All right.
I love you so much.
Here it is.
Okay. Andre, did you have anything? Were you going to ask Caroline something?
I wanted to know, do you have that look? Do you know how to give that look? Do you give that look to Ava?
This is my look of Ava, don't do it that way.
No.
What? You do the look.
The look is like this. Yes. The look. I don't know. Is that a black thing, Andre?
I
Is that
think
a
so.
black thing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mama's with the look.
Kim has often told me that I'm doing it completely wrong.
She like, girl, you need to what? You need to get in. Okay. Yo, you need to snatch her up. I mean, but
Caroline, you're not genetically able.
What?
You're not genetically able.
One day, I'm such a softie. When my daughter was about 7, she came home from school and she's like, I said, did you learn any new vocabulary today? And she's like, yeah. She goes, we learned this one word. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've never heard it before. I go, how do you spell it? She's like, N-O. I'm like, that would be no. That's a word you've never heard because Mommy has no boundaries.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. All right. I have a question before Caroline, before you run out. This is
120.
Kind of awkward with the crowd and everybody around, but Caroline, will you do a podcast with me?
Yes, all right. Why does everybody want me to do a podcast? I can't focus. This is clearly the problem, and I have no medicine that can fix it because I'm not even genetically unfocused. This is who I am.
The medicine is the best creative quarterback in the business, and his name's Chris Denver, and he's right here. So, okay. Are we going to do a regular podcast where you have your friends on and you talk about whatever, but then we need a companion where you do a rewatch of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and you have...
You don't understand. I just got pitched this podcast to do it.
No.
I don't want to do that, though. I don't think anybody wants to rewatch Sabrina with me.
They totally would.
They would?
With you, you're hilarious, and they got to actually see you do it, like not the character, like you would give the behind the scenes and then throw jokes in. Killer.
Yeah, what was that show where they had the 2 robots looking at old movies?
Mystery Science Theater 3000. You know who used to?
I love that.
Andre, you know who used to be on that?
Who?
Mark Maron.
Really? I didn't know that.
He was great.
Really, Chris? Mark Maron. How interesting.
Did you have a crush on him, Caroline?
Just a good comic and podcaster. That's all I'm saying.
You had a crush on him, didn't you?
I did not have a crush on Mark. Mark and I were...
He was crushing her.
Friends. We were friends. That's all. We were friends.
Go listen. Go listen to
Mm.
WTF with Mark Maron, the Caroline Rhea episode. You'll learn a few things, and it's such a good podcast. It was so good. I loved it. It was so good.
It's so funny. We were just chatting. Like, okay, I do have a podcast idea. Yeah. So if you want to hear it, you know what? Let's FaceTime.
Tell me in person.
It'll never happen because I don't know how to FaceTime. See what I've done there?
I see that.
I put it on his side of whatever the court ball is, and then I said, or you could fax me.
Fax, darling.
Could you fax me? That would be great.
Amazing.
Let's talk about all the terrible things we've accidentally texted to people because of typos. How about my friend? Can I say anything? Can I say anything on this, or is it?
Don't say the N-word and no harsh cuss words.
Are you insane?
That's it. Sherri's has like 2 rules. I don't actually think you would. That's the only thing she ever says.
Are you a madman? Good Lord. My friend got a text that said from her gardener, what time does he eats pussy bowl start tomorrow?
Oh, Lord.
And she didn't want to be mean or rude, so she wrote back, no, not tomorrow. But he was trying to say possible, and the phone corrected it to that.
Oh, my gosh. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Miss Judine is not having it. Wait, Chris, did I
hate when I try.
This is silent.
I got it.
I went on a good date and I wrote thank you so much, and it autocorrected to thank you douche, which was helpful. Why? That never happened again. I was ghosted by a man in his 70s. I'm hoping he was so old he died and actually became a ghost.
I love when the mic comes out. That's when you know what you do.
Oh, my gosh.
It's my Elvis mic.
Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh.
I
Judine,
feel like rubbish.
Yes.
if we pop up her Instagram, it's this wasn't what we planned for, so sorry it doesn't look the best. But at I believe it's JV. Is it JV?
Somerville.
JV Somerville.
JV. SOMERVILLE.
Yes, give her a follow on Instagram. Give Caroline at Caroline Ray for real. That's the number.
Can I put on some music and you can see some moves from Judine? Because this is where it usually happens.
If it's like non-copyright music, the stream will get taken down if it's like regular music.
I'll just be in the corner. 5, 6, 7, 8.
No?
Okay, how about that?
Judy's like, this is the most challenging assignment I've ever been given.
No, really? After this podcast? I don't think so.
She's really good at dance?
Yeah.
Oh,
I wish we had
one.
anything 70s. Does he have any music?
One shot.
No. There.
Here, hang on.
No, you can get down. You can get down. I don't want you to hurt yourself. There.
If you just throw it. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Okay, you have
5, 6, 7, 8.
She's got to do this. Andre, give us some commentary. What are you noticing?
On.
What are you noticing?
A lot of fame.
Yes, that's it, Andre.
That's the Debbie
1,
Allen.
2.
Remember my name.
3.
Hey,
Don't do that. We'll be taken down.
I should do the Leroy. I'm going to do Leroy. You do Debbie. I'm going to do Leroy.
Okay.
This is so incredible.
I know, and it's in my kitchen every day.
Andre's joining in on the fun. I can't even.
She's in full splits.
That's incredible. Judine, you're amazing.
I would do that, but
Thank you, darling.
That is amazing.
Thank you,
Oh my
darling.
gosh, Judine, thank you so much. We did not deserve that. Thank you.
Yes, you
I know,
did.
you did not. And if I do the splits, the next call will be 911.
Caroline,
Thank you so much.
Judine, you were absolutely wonderful. Let's do something again sometime. Caroline, when are you on The Tonight Show?
Chris, open mouth.
Wait, put that headshot back up. Your first headshot.
No, you're going to do something very obscene, and I know it.
Caroline, tell us when you're going to be on The Tonight Show.
I know what it looks like, you dirty man.
Look up.
Russell Crowe, you're very naughty. I'm going to be on The Tonight Show on October 31st. But between now and then, I'm going to be watching Sherri every day, watch her crush it on her incredibly popular talk show, and eventually I'm going to be watching Kym. What?
she's number one. Did you number one?
Number 1. Congratulations. Woo! That is fantastic for a first-year show, but it's not really a first-year show because she's been doing it. That is fantastic. Number 1. And
Incredible.
yes, Sherri. You know what? There's other people pouring tons of money into other shows, and for her to be number 1, that is all about Sherri. So that is amazing. And then
guess
Kym,
who's
when we're watching you. What?
Guess who's on the show today? Craig Shoemaker.
I know. In comedy, what's it? It's a comedy corner. What's it called?
The Laugh Lounge. We've actually got a picture of Coca
Laugh
Brown.
Lounge.
Coca Brown was on it. Here, I think we got that. We'll pull that up in just a second. Tell us, Caroline. Tell us, as someone who hosts talk shows, who's a comic, what if this segment takes off and it becomes a thing? What will that do for stand-up comics and their careers? That's such a big deal.
You know what? It will be. That's the biggest gift you can give other comics. I tried to have as many comics on as possible in my talk show.
Yep.
You want to give comics a platform because we have these weird. It used to be that your career was made once you're on Johnny Carson.
Yep.
But the fun was like what you can do. I mean, like to be in front of millions of people who are watching these shows, as opposed to 300 people in a room or 1,000 people even a theater. You've got 4 million people, and from there you can say, "Come and see me." I'll be. I will post it on my website where I'm going to be. Right now, my website is like.
But she'll post it. I'll make sure she gets the word out because she's so fantastic.
Yeah.
And such a giver. This one, she's amazing.
There you go, Laugh Lounge.
That's great. I love that sign too. Yeah.
I am so happy she's #1. That is fantastic.
Pretty fantastic is
pretty.
correct.
You know what? Sherri really, really, really is like. She wanted it. She wanted it, and she put in all the work to get it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, and she's a mother. And sometimes I look at these like comedians on the road and I'm like, oh my God, it would be so fun to go on the road like that. I'm like, I couldn't go on the road that much if I wanted to. I have a 13-year-old daughter. She's my #1. Everything else is icing, you know?
I think it's great what she's doing. And also, she's empowering a lot of people to go for their dreams. You know what I mean? She's a mom. She's got this big talk show. And that's a lot of work. I mean, a lot of work.
But she's a very funny actress. She really is.
She can do it all.
Now you can have Judine on because...
Sherri, I would love to be on your show.
Show her how to do the splits.
I can show you how to do the splits. We can take it to the 70s. I have this idea, and I really think it could work fabulous. It could be once a month segment, honey. It'd be great. It'd be fabulous.
She's going to be on the Drew Barrymore show, so you'll have to go in between the talk shows.
That's fine. I'm receiving all of it.
Chris, if I were younger, I think you would date me. Am I right?
Oh, of course.
Good answer, Chris, honey. Good answer, honey.
You know why? That was a good answer because it started with the impossible.
He was like, I got to think about it a moment. Wait a minute. It's on tape. What?
If we were together on a rocket ship to Mars and the captain, Zircon 6, went to the bathroom, during that time, I think you might slide over and make a move. Is that correct? Yes, of course it is, Caroline.
No, of
Zircon
course.
6 being in the bathroom, of course.
I think I'm way taller than Mark Maron, so I don't know how you must be into that.
So always coming back to Mark Maron. Who is Mark Maron? Okay, then we'll discuss. Off camera, we'll discuss.
Chris is very jealous. That's what it is.
I am. I could have shaved a
Who
mustache.
are you going out with?
Big part.
Yeah, you heard me. Uh-huh.
I'm
How
alone.
are you not taken?
I'm
Both
bearing the cage.
Kym and Sherri both think you're their husband. How have you not just said yes to one of them?
I asked them if they wanted to do the throuple, but Sherri, she's like prudish. Kym was like, whatever, just watch Joshua and pick up the dog poop.
Right.
We'll make it work.
Yeah. Kym's like, here's your chore list. Do you accept? That's why I was only in LA for 4.5 days. I saw
You
it.
had to get out.
Yeah. There was a
Found
custom
your opening and you hit it.
Yeah, custom broom.
You know
Yeah.
what? That's what we want as women. We want really hot personal assistants. That's really what we want you to do. You're like, oh my God, he's a very good personal assistant, and I love him. Yeah.
Do you two want to see a quick clip of Kym and Sherri together?
Yes, of course.
Sure, it'd be awesome.
I did see some clips, but yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I know. Look how skinny.
Time Square.
Times Square. So let's get it, okay? Yes, the Sherri Show! It's the Sherri Shepherd Show! Everybody, you gotta watch the Sherri Shepherd Show! Sherri Shepherd! Okay.
Caroline, you did daytime TV. What are those meetings like where they tell you exactly how it's going to go down and then they tell you to act within that parameter? So in that meeting, they tell them what? Go out and act like yourselves, and we got to get some people watching this. We're getting some footage. Is that pressure filled? What's that like?
Not for those girls, not for girls like us. Let me tell you, my show, we could do an hour on that, but basically, I was constantly out trolling guests, like anywhere I went. And one day, I'm in Rockefeller Center, and the elevator door opens, and Al Gore is inside with his family, and I jump in the elevator, and all the security guards are like this. And I'm like, oh my God, I love you so much. You're such an amazing human being. And I love the fact that you're trying to save the environment. Do you want to be on my show? And he's like this, like, and his daughter goes, it's okay. She's a comedian. And he's like, yes, thank you. Get a hold of my people. Yeah, get a hold of my people. Anyway.
So you wrote a letter to the White House.
No, of course it didn't happen.
His boss.
Well, he invented the internet. Caroline Ray, Judine Somerville, Andre Lavelle, thank you all so much for filling in today. Caroline's going to literally leave the camera if we don't cut the show soon, so I'm going to make that happen. Caroline, I'm looking forward to the podcast you're about to start, too.
Chris, I'm looking forward to getting to know my podcast producer to see if you're who I really want to work with.
That's right. And Andre, we are going to do it, whether it's Kym or... I texted Caroline about this. Like, she probably doesn't remember it. Like a month ago, what did I say? We're going to come out. We're going to put together a big comedy showcase to kind of kick some things off. So, Caroline, we got a few things to knock off the list, and I'll be out there soon.
I don't know what number you're calling, but I think you're in a little place I like to call unknown sender.
No.
No, you know what? Sometimes you're a 314 number, and then other times, what are you? Here you are now on my phone.
Hilarious.
I put you in. Here's the contact. Hi. I have to go and pick up a child.
Okay, you be a mom. You two mothers were amazing. Thank you for fighting through the technical difficulties. The listeners are so happy you came on. It was such a great show. Do it if we could all smile. Hang on. We got pictures. All right, ladies, gentlemen, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week. I'm pretty sure Kym and Sherri will be back. We'll see. Thanks, everybody.
You know what? They will be now.
We have to save the show.
Exactly.
Two funny mamas.